roast TJ Fish at this point. Ready? Maybe one little thing? May I?
Yeah.
All right, TJ. No, I'm just kidding. I think you're fantastic. I do have to say something. How many former employers that he just listed are here? Raise your hand, Lady Lake, Mineola, Tim Green, City of Tavares. I know you're here. Raise your hand. Raise your hand. Let me see.
I see Dottie Keaty back there.
I know she's not raising her hand. How many of you thought that TJ was going to take the MPO this far? Oh, no hands.
It was delayed response.
Still don't see any. I'm delayed. Oh, there's one. There's one. Thank you, peanut gallery. No, TJ, obviously you've done a fantastic job. I'm so proud of you, sweetie. You've done fantastic. Yes, I'm Amy King. I'm the Growth Management Director of Lake County, better known as Anderson's mom. And in small circles like this in Central Florida, I am TJ's wife, Amy Kingfish, and very proud of it. I did have the distinct honor of winning this award last year because after 8 years, which those of you that know planning law is supposed to only take this long, we got our comprehensive plan adopted and we won the award for it. Fantastic. I think it was a Lifetime Achievement Award at that point, and very, very proud of it. And I have the embarrassing moment here tonight because I'm listed on the honorable mentions, so I have to be one of those Sally Fields, they love me, they truly love me, but no, not a winner. So the person that is going to win this award, I'm very excited to present to, but let me just tell you about the past winners. We had Public Works in 2008 and 2009, fantastic work that they did. We had Lake County Public Transportation in 2010, and then focusing on the badge here, Francis. Lake County Growth Management won last year for the completion of the comprehensive plan. Here's this year's honorable mentions. Growth Management for our remote permitting system, we've gone completely online. We are now with, thank you. Oh, the man that directed it. We are completely online, including the State Department of Health, because I think Sumter County may have accomplished online permitting long before we did. We went the extra step with the Department of Health, and we're working with Sumter County to help them do it too. It's very exciting stuff, and it's working out really well for us, so excited about that. We've also, another honorable mention that Growth Management got that should have also been realized by the County Attorney's Office is the adoption of the enterprise zones. The enterprise zone in Lake County, which comprises 3 cities, Mascot, Leesburg, and Eustis. Very exciting stuff. We're just kicking that off. Had a lot of action happen yesterday by the BCC, so you'll be hearing about that soon. The last honorable mention is Lake County Parks and Trails for the North Shore Restoration Trail in Overlook. So, with all that said, the winner is drum roll, please. Come on up, Jim Stivender. Jim is winning this award for construction of Cook Street Phase B in South Lake County. Congratulations.
Congratulations. Oh, thank you. Appreciate it. There's some more.
Oh, yes. Wayne Saunders, if you're thinking about this right now, he pushed this thing over and over again. City of Claremont was really the lead on this. DOT really came to the aid at the end to finish the funding for the missing link on this last phase. So thank you all very much for this. Appreciate it.
For those of you in South Lake and have New State Road 50 down there, there's no question why Hook Street's a big deal. It was a well-planned road, but right-of-way acquisition is never as easy as you think. So the concept was from US 27, as far east as we could get it parallel 50, which is currently to a road called Hancock Road. It is about to be open this spring, and it will serve as the alternate while that 50-27 interchange goes under construction. So that's why we consider that. It's on the ground, it's built, it's about to open. That's award worthy. So congratulations, Jim Stivender, Claremont. All right, very good. We're going to move to the next award, and that's the Keep Sumter Moving Award. And we're going to have Commissioner Burgess come up and present that award.
Suddenly this moves, what happened?
Good question. He wants to get you on camera.
You know, in Sumter, we're excited about the many things that have been taking place here in the last couple of years. And every time we seem to sit down, somebody comes up with a statement like, less government is good government. I'm not sure what that means, but all the things that we have been looking at in the last couple of years from the standpoint of the Board of County Commissioners, the things that are being brought to us by the administration are amazing. A lot of people are thinking very hard about how we can do things better, how we can do things faster, how we can really make an impact on our community. And I'm very delighted this evening to have this opportunity to present this because, first of all, our past winners sound familiar. Sumter County Planning in 2008. In 2009, Sumter County Transit. In 2010, Sumter County Administration. And in 2011, Sumter County Administration and Planning, interlocal service boundary agreements with 4 municipalities, which we felt was a major step in our community. Tonight, we have 2 honorable mentions. Sumter County Administration, Bradley Arnold for Performance and Operations, and Sumter County Transit for improving efficiency of operations. And the winner, we actually have one, okay, very good. I know what it is, but I'll open it anyway. Sumter County Public Works for Payment Management Program. We are... Scott Cottrell, who's been managing this, and I can tell you that Scott's doing an outstanding job. So let me get some of that.
Thank you, Commissioner Burgess. I do appreciate it. Really, this has been a team effort with the MPO, Pam Richmond and Gordon Daring and Matt Chance with BHB. It's been really great. I would like to say that every time I call the MPO, it's like they fall over backwards to help us. It's very, very refreshing. TJ, I appreciate it. We appreciate this. Thank you, sir, again, and thank you very much.
Thank you, Tom. Very good. So the background, and I should have opened with this, but you know, the Keep Lake Moving and the Keep Sumter Moving Awards, we purposely pit all the departments of each county against one another, who can do the best in producing something. And at first we thought, okay, well, that's really just public works and planning. No way, it's public works, planning, public transportation. We were like, wait, no, administration gets involved. Okay, that's good. Lake County has a Parks and Trails, we need to get them involved. Oh, and don't forget economic development. So now there's a lot of departments that are part of this mix, and we're getting more nominations, and it's really fun to see everyone kind of saying, you know, who's going to get the Horizon Award this year? So Keep Lake Moving, Keep Sumter Moving. Those are the 2 county level. Now we've got an award for small municipality, and then we'll follow that with large municipality. In Lake, when the MPO was created, a line was drawn population-wise and voting structure-wise. The 7 largest out of 14 in terms of population were given a vote on the board that year, back in '04. The 7 smallest in population became part of that at large. So the 7 smallest, as well as all 5 in Sumter, because at the time Sumter, the entire county of Sumter was not part of the MPO. Those of you that have been around for a few years that saw the inception, only a 2 square mile area of the villages, and I mean like 2 square miles way east of here, east of Morris. That was the original urban area in Sumter County. Now it's 15 square miles. So small municipalities, all 5 in Sumter, 7 in Lake, all competing against one another. And to present that award, last year it was the city of Groveland, and I believe Mayor Radzik had to leave. We've got Mayor Jake Farley from Assatua, who holds the vote in Lake County for the small municipalities this year. Jake Farley.
I'm not much of a public speaker, so I'll try to keep this pretty short. But as far as being in politics, I'm still really getting my feet wet. I'm like a newborn. This originally seemed daunting, and through meeting with TJ and his staff, I've learned more about construction of roads and highways and transportation than I ever thought I would need to know. But 3 things I really learned is that it is possible to have a small government office with a very limited staff accomplish very big things, and that's what the MPO does. The second thing I learned is when they say member at large, it is not really telling me I should go back on my diet. And the third is when they ask you to present an award, you're not going to win. So anyways, I'd like to start by telling you the past winners. In 2008, for a small municipality, it was the city of Wildwood. In 2009, it was the city of Fruitland Park. In 2010, it was the city of Bushnell. See, we do let Sumter County participate. And in 2011, it was the city of Groveland for leading the State Road 50 realignment study. Now, the three honorable mentions from 2011 were the town of Howey in the Hills for planning efforts towards State Road 19, the city of Umatilla for State Road 19 and County Road 452 intersection improvements, and the city of Webster for leadership on the scenic Sumter Heritage Byway efforts. And the winner is? The city of Mascot for commitment to transit funds.
Thank you very much. I just want to say that, I've only been in politics for a little over a year. I've learned a lot, and one of the things that I've learned is if you don't speak up, you don't get things done. And next year, let's start thinking about light rail. Thank you very much.
I wanted to know the reason when we deliberated this award. If you read the papers, there's been a couple things about Mascot and their budget. A little tight right now. But the council still determined that transit service on that 50 corridor is so important that even in a cash-strapped year, they put $20,000. The only city in South Lake thus far to do this, earmarked it and said, if you'll just start some sort of service, we will start paying into it. Not one city in Lake County pays into transit. This is the first city in Lake County to ever budget money. Now, not to down the fact that the Triangle, Eustis, Mount Dora, and Tavares, they are doing the whole Orange Blossom Express thing. When it comes to making it happen, North Lake is already blessed with the Lake Express. We get federal funds to pay for that. No Lake County general fund goes into that. But South Lake, a twist of federal rules. You weren't urban enough back in 2000, so you don't get any money. So we're trying to solve that. Tony, your council, awesome, thank you. Next up, the large municipality, and I would like to have our BPAC chair and last year's winner from the city of Eustis, Commissioner Bill Faree.
Let's see, I took a couple lessons from the previous presenters, but one thing I learned a while back is if you want to be heard, you just get closer to the microphone. It works wonders. I feel a little awkward here because I don't watch much TV, so I don't know how they do this in the big leagues. And the other thing is, being a large municipality, I mean, the city of 18,000, we are a large city, so, but it's all a matter of how the titles are assigned here. Past winners, 2008, the city of Tiberi, 2009, the city of Mount Dora, 2010, the city of Leesburg, and I'm quite proud to say 2011, the city of Eustis for the construction of our downtown streetscape, which if you have been there, you realize it really turned out quite nice, and we're quite proud of that. For 2011, as the previous speaker, one of the previous speakers said, if you are going to present, that means you're not getting an award. So, but 2011 honorable mentions were City of Mount Dora for planning and programming the Tremaine Street Gateway, and the City of Eustis for construction of the downtown stormwater project. And this is a project that I am particularly proud of because it's a kind of an invisible project. It's mostly underground, but treatment of our stormwater runoff is going to be a major benefit for the city long into the future, and it's going to be a benefit for the larger community as well, because It will help with the reduction of nutrients that feed our Harris Chain and Lake. So communities beyond our own are going to benefit for that. So I'm quite proud of that. And the town of Lady Lake, and I compliment the town of Lady Lake for construction of sidewalks through the Safe Routes to School program. And as chairman of the Bicycle Pedestrian Advisory Committee, I'm a very eager advocate for doing anything that allows people an alternative to driving their cars. So the winner is the City of Mineola Regional Transportation. Wait a minute. That's the cover. The inside says. Wow. As I said, I don't do this very often. City of Mineola for completion of the US 27 Park and Ride facility. And
we had at least the city manager from Mineola coming, but I got word he's in Ocala. He missed the So actually, I expected Mark Johnson, the city manager, here. We are a little worried because we never heard back from him, so hopefully he's okay. I do want Sean Parks, district commissioner for that district, to come up and accept the award on behalf of the city of Mineola.
And I am honored to accept this on behalf of the city of Mineola. It is a beautiful facility that has been built, and will take cars off the road. That'll help our citizens, and it's a model for transportation. So thank you very much, and I appreciate everybody's cooperation on that. Thank you.
Thank you, Commissioner. Next up, we decided to do something new. Now, when we started all this, we thought we were being ambitious in the first place to even do awards, because we found out nobody else, no other NPO really does things this way, but that's typical for me. So the way that we wanted to structure, we wanted to recognize cities, so we broke into large and small, and we wanted to recognize each county. And we, people that volunteer their time, like our Citizens Advisory Committee and others, we wanted to recognize those people. And we have regional partners that are outside of this NPO area. We want to recognize them. And there's always one distinct leader that emerges, but something struck me. We're still not capturing everything. So we said, why don't we come up with a couple of new awards? And some of you, maybe this is the boring stuff, but that policy stuff that your staff works so hard on, sometimes that translates into real fruit out there in the real world. And some of those policies actually lead to projects that are really effective. And so we want to recognize, and this is the first year, so I don't have a past winner to present these. I'm going to do the best I can solo. The first one I want to recognize is under the award of Exemplary Planning Policy. And we had 3 honorable mentions this year. We had the city of Bushnell. They literally rewrote their comprehensive plan. I know Amy knows a little bit about that. I think Greg Bellevaux, didn't you have a little hand in that? So the city of Bushnell, honorable mention for that very, very important effort. The next nominee, honorable mention, is Lake County Public Transportation Division for the updates to the 2020 Transit Development Plan. Now, we're aware that next year, Lake County has to do a massive update of that transit plan, and maybe next year we'll win the award. And then finally, Lake County Growth Management Department, Amy, we'd like to at least give you honorable mention for the enterprise zones. We felt like, we knew you didn't win the other one, but we wanted to mention that one more time. And it's not biased, it really is important. Commissioner Parks and Campion will second that. The enterprise zone, very important. But the winner is, for their Envision Mount Dora effort, City of Mount Dora, Mayor Thilhelm, and you come up and accept. It was a massive visioning project. We were glad that you used the same consultants we did on our big plan, so let's say a few words to that.
Thank you. Well, let me say this, that it was a pleasure. And the firm that we worked, used, you folks, some of you have used in the past, and I'll say this much. They organized the community. We involved almost several thousand citizens and made input to this vision. And we had a steering committee that made up of 24 citizens around, and it's a massive document that we had. And it will take us all the way through the next 30 or 40 years into our history. But thank you.
Thank you, Mayor, and we're very pleased with the effort. It allows us to incorporate your visioning in with ours. And that was the policy standpoint. That is a policy document to lead big decisions that trickle down to zoning and development approvals and that type of thing. But let's talk about projects. Now, this is an unusual one. Honorable mention, and this is the first time we've done this, is MPO's Bicycle and Pedestrian Advisory Committee. So one of our own committees, we recognize this specialized work this year on their coordination of the Safe School Access Transportation Study. And part of that is that we're pausing because it is an incredibly awesome study, but we're only halfway through. You don't win an award till you get done, so I'll just leave it at that. City of Leesburg. Jay Evans and I had a conversation not too long ago, and I said, I would really love to be able to tell people what the plan is for your interchange. And by golly, he didn't disappoint. When they finally said, here's our plan, the Florida Energy and Aerospace Technology Park, that's an impressive proposition. Now let's see something start getting built. We'll give you an award too, Leesburg. And finally, the winner is, this is great, Florida Department of Transportation District 5 for the development of that State Road 50 multimodal corridor study. We have from District 5, we have John Moore, we have consultant Jane Lim, always do it backwards, we have Jane Yim Lap that are here, that were part of the effort, and I'm going to let John say a few words about what happened with DOT's involvement in that study. It's a little unusual, wasn't it, John?
Well, unusual. It's interesting that we are being asked now to do projects that are multimodal, context-sensitive, good streets, and that type of thing. As I was quoted in the paper recently, the DOT, we do widening projects. We go 2 to 4, we do 4 to 6. That's what we do. In fact, I said, we can do that in our sleep. After it was quoted. The punchline was, we do it on sleep because they build overnight while I'm asleep. But these type of projects, when you talk multimodal, when you're getting into transit considerations, wow, that's new for us. And of course, we came to the MPO, and after the initial shock, TJ and Pam, they welcomed us, they supported us, and they really helped us to start developing this, understanding this, working with the communities, and helping to make this happen so that this is the start of developing a planning guidance in our office so that we can do more of these type of projects, serve and actually respond to the requests we're getting and do it good. So for the support that we got, for the startup, and for helping us be successful, we thank you very much. Thank you, John.
A lot of times I think DOT's just taken for granted that they're just supposed to do this stuff, but I assure you, what we did on that study is not what DOT normally does, and that's why we're very proud of it. Oh, this is odd. Sorry, I get another envelope for the same award, exemplary planning project. Hold on a minute. Oh, well, it turns out that the State Road 50 multimodal corridor study, there was another entity that helped. See, they did all the work with the consultants and DOT, but it would not have been a success had the South Lake Chamber of Commerce not engaged their business community, their membership, and public. So because of that, we have Ray Sanfratello, the staff, we have Mike Butcher from the board. Exemplary planning project.
I'll let Mike say something here in a minute, but I'm really proud of the South Lake Chamber of Commerce. 8 years ago, our organization said we want to take things to the next level. And at that time, we didn't know what that level was going to be. But economic development and public policy is the direction we had to go. Guys like Mike Butcher made that happen. very proud of everything this organization did, and thank you, MPO.
Well, yeah, we are very honored to have received this award and recognition tonight. We, through our public policy efforts and our economic development committee, have worked very closely with the MPO and TJ. He has always been there for us, giving presentations. Obviously, he loves the mic, and but he's helped us tremendously, and we appreciate all the support and recognition for some of our work in South Lake County. Thank you very much.
Mike's been serving for several years. He's with United Southern Bank, and he received the Volunteer of the Year award last year, and so he'll be back up here in a minute. Next award is the Regional Partner Award. We have a very interesting award this evening. I'm going to ask for Metro Plan Orlando and also staff to the Central Florida MPO Alliance. We have Virginia Whittington. And if you were at the board meeting earlier, you know that Virginia was here to thank us for our support, this MPO, for the Wekiva Parkway project. That's a biggie.
Thank you. Good evening. One of the things that you heard Chairman Bob Delari say on tonight was the importance of relationships and the importance of working together. And if I can paraphrase a passage of scripture that states that a man who wants friends must show himself friendly. Well, an organization that wants regional partnerships must also show themselves willing. And so it's our honor tonight to present the Regional Partner Award. And past winners was Metro Plan Orlando in 2008, the Florida Department of Transportation District 5 in 2009, the Florida Central Railroad in 2010, and Orange County Commissioner Fred Brummer in 2011. Some of the honorable mentions from 2011, Florida's Turnpike Enterprise for coordination on interchange planning, future interchanges at Mineola and the villages, and Florida Department of Transportation District 5 for support on US 441 alternatives analysis, AKA Orange Blossom Express. And the winner is Sumter County Chamber of Commerce for engaging the business community in transportation issues, Mr. Andy Cribbs, Executive Director.
Andy's the Executive Director of the Sumter Chamber.
To bring this up here. I'm just grateful to accept this on behalf of our Board of Directors, of the community in Sumter County that has come together and taken on so many different projects, working especially on the Sumter Scenic Heritage Byway, by which so many community groups and the county, County Public Works, County Planning, the MPO. I mean, you talked about Mike Wood's doing a lot. He does a lot just there with that Carter Advisory Group. So I just want to say thank you for this. This is totally unexpected, and hopefully more regional collaboration in the future. Thank you.
Thank you, Andy. Thank you, Virginia. Oh, Virginia.
I'm a preacher too, and I like the microphone too. There was another award.
Oh, well.
Chamber Alliance of Lake County for engaging the business community in transportation issues, 2011 Chairman Susan Brooks, and 2012 Chairman Kelly Pashada.
All right, we have a dual winner. We have Kelly, and I'd also like to declare, those of you that serve on the Chamber Alliance of Lake County, will you please stand? Mike Butcher, I know you do. Shannon Kane, I know you do. Anybody else here? Thank you all for being here. Kelly, the mic is yours.
Yeah, there's a problem. Those who know me. On behalf of the Chamber Alliance of Lake County, we want to say thank you very much. We know the importance of partnerships, and without partnerships, we don't get anything done. So we want to thank you all very much for this award.
So we started talking, and this was really tough. I mean, we have excellent relationships. You know, there's the Expressway Authority and this whole kind of thing, and we thought about that. Always Florida's Turnpike Enterprise and DOT, we have great relationships. We thought about the surrounding counties, the other MPOs. And I said, you know, really, honestly, what has made my job the most satisfying this past year is the fact that we have so much support from our chamber. So thank you on that. Next up, we have Volunteer of the Year. And this is the one that goes to the person that gives the most of their time and just trying to promote what the MPO process is all about. So last year's winner is Mike Butcher, who you just heard from, and he's going to come up and present the award.
Hello again. You know, there are so many ways all of us can get involved and volunteer in helping our transportation needs and requirements. It really has a direct positive impact on economic development and our quality of life in Lake County. So I hope all of you will consider volunteering this year, helping TJ out with the MPO, because it's so important to our life here in Lake County. With that, I was very honored last year to receive this award, and they've asked me to announce our past winners of the Volunteer of the Year Award. In 2008, Steve Farrell. 2009, we had two co-winners, Mary Link Bennett and Susie Gibson. 2010 was Scott Hartle, and obviously I was very honored last year to get the award. Now, I'd like to recognize the 2012 honorable mention individuals and ask our honorees to stand, if they wouldn't mind. The first honoree is Bill Calhoun for his consistent participation in the MPO process, in addition to his role on the MPO's Citizen Advisory Committee. Bill. Bill here. Next is Igor Emery for his consistent participation in the MPO's Bicycle and Pedestrian Advisory Committee. And finally, our honorable mention to Rich Dunkel for his leading study on the economic impacts of the trails. And this is actually Richard's third nomination.
We call it the Susan Lucci Award. Now, we do tell Rich that if you'll just go ahead and use that study and get some more trails, maybe that would be great.
Okay, and this year's winner, Volunteer of the Year Award. Well, I guess I should open the envelope. It's on here on the script. Let's just see. Okay, our winner is Dick Lastowski. Lastowska. And Dick received this award for his engagement in the public process, MPO, Sumter County, and the villages. Dick, thank you. Congratulations.
Thank you. Known you a long time.
Yeah. Did you help me with my name? It's actually Lastowka.
Got it? All 7 years.
All 7 years. First of all, I'm very honored to accept the award. It seems like yesterday that Dick Hoffman, who was a Sumter County Commissioner, asked me if I would volunteer for this. And every 2 years they came back and they said, would you do it again? It's been great. Let me tell you, the MPO staff is fantastic. And the group that I work with, the CAC, what a group. Thank you. Bill, thank you. Thank you very much.
Again, I love putting 2 S's in his name, but it is Dick Lastowka. I don't know why, but I like to buy an S. It's that Wheel of Fortune thing. Final award, $1,000. Spin the wheel. Look at your clocks. We're going to be done before 8. There we go. Promises, promises. Past winners of the MPO's Horizon Leadership Award. The first award went to, at the time, the mayor of Mount Dora, Jim Yatzik. A lot of you remember him. He's on the Mount Dora Council. And in memory, back in 2009, we gave it to Mike Francis, Sumter County Commissioner. And that was just at the very end. In 2010, County Commissioner Elaine Rennick received this award. And last year, City Council and Mayor Pro Tem of Claremont, Ray Goodgame, received the award. And here's what we had agreed a long time ago. We said, this award, we don't want to just start handing this award to whoever the chair was, because that doesn't make any sense. We want to give it to somebody that is not forced to have to do everything. And so I've had some amazing chairs over the years. I mean, my first chairman was Debbie Stivender, what a firecracker. And then we had Jim Yatsik, David Yeager, remember him? He was the chair. We've had Weldon Cadwell. I think that's just about everybody. Otherwise, you've met them all tonight. So when we started looking at who is really called within themselves to do a little extra for what the NPO represents. And you know, we've had this conversation with the NPO before. NPO is about transportation. And staff, me, no we're not. Transportation just happens to be the outcome. We are about anything to do with trying to plan for the future, whether it's the land, the way we design this stuff, the environment, economic development, all of that is what this NPO is about. And I'm lucky that this past year, that in addition to a great set of officers, executive committee and board, and a wonderful committee structure, obviously with people at the chambers and citizens engaging, I have to admit when I looked around at who really, really, really did more than they had to, there was no question. There's one advocate this past year that did more than any other chair I've ever had, and that's Jennifer Hill. And for that, we've broken the tradition. You're the first ever to get the award after your year in office as our chair. We recognize what's happened at the Lake County Commission level, and we want to say thank you. You see, this is a special award. It's very pleased.
Can keep a secret, because I was absolutely floored. I do appreciate it. Thank you very much. I enjoyed it. I enjoyed everyone helping me, because you don't get this alone. Believe me, there was everybody out here that helped out, and we are on the map, aren't we? Thank you.
All right, we have 2 minutes, and this is going to move really quick. I have pontificated. You all already know how I feel and think. I don't have to say it anymore. At each of the tables, there's a centerpiece. Judy Goodgame gets the one that she wants. So it's her birthday. She gets to play into the one over there, so don't touch it. But I need each of you to look at each other and say, who is worthy of that orchid? And you may take it home. Other than that, could my 3 honorable mentions come forward for the Volunteer of the Year Award? Bill Calhoun, Igor Emery. Can you come forward?
Well, thank you. That was
Bill Calhoun, Igor Emery, can you come forward? They'll have one more Volunteer of the Year, who I forget it. I know Igor's here. Staff, and I forget anybody.
I thought it was him.
Rich Stokel, come forward, please. And because this award is special, the honorable mention for Volunteer of the Year, all these guys deserve to go away with something tonight, so I wanted you to know, for sale, we do sell the Lake Sumter coffee table book, but these 3 gentlemen are going to receive a complimentary copy tonight for being honorable mention for a Volunteer of the Year. It really is important to mention these guys special. So Bill, thank you. Rich? And that concludes our event. Thank you and good night.